Yo, what is up, guys? Josh Emmett versus Kevin VALLEJOS fight night. We made it. It's here, guys. It's tomorrow. And I'm back. JamesKellerMMA is back to predict the full card. Late predictions once again. Friday night predictions when the card's on a Saturday. Come on, bro. What are we doing? Either way, guys, I'm going to predict the full card. I'm going to give you guys the full card breakdown. You know I'm the best at predicting these because I do it so late. I just have to get all of my information down. You guys know how I do it. Yeah. But Josh Emmett versus Kevin VALLEJOS. A lot of people were thinking that the reason, these main events and these cards have been stinking these last couple of weeks in the last month is because they're going to stack up the UFC White House event. And then they didn't, but guess just screw us, freaking 15 ranked fighters per division, and they can't give us, they can't give us good fights on each card. Whatever though, whatever Dana White. Either way, guys, I'm here to predict the full Josh Emmett versus Kevin VALLEJOS fight night. Getting straight into it. Let's open up with the first fight of the night, the prelim opener, Pierre Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes. Now, coming into this fight, Pierre Rodriguez is 11-2 versus Sam Hughes is 11-6. A lot of people are taking Pierre Rodriguez. I'm pretty sure she is the favorite. I'm not. I'm not taking her. I'm taking Sam Hughes. You might be asking yourself, James Keller MMA, why are you taking Sam Hughes? She's not that good, and that is true. She is not that good at striking or grappling, but she does have really good cardio, and she has really good pace and pressure. I think that she'll go out there. She might lose the first round to Pierre Rodriguez, but as this fight goes on, as round 2, as round 3 go on, I see Sam Hughes using her cardio, using her pressure, using that heart, that dog mentality that she's got, and winning this fight. I could see her winning a 29-28 decision over Pierre Rodriguez because that's what she's been doing. In her last couple fights, I think she's 3-1 in her last 4. She's kind of having this turnaround in her career, this resurgence. And I see her going in there against Pierre Rodriguez and doing what she's done in her last couple of fights and just kind of outwork her opponent. I'm taking Sam Hughes. I'm taking Sam Hughes by 29-28 decision. Hammer it. Okay, next fight on the card, we got Luna Lacerda versus Hector Sosa. Now, Luna Lacerda is 13-3. He is 1-2 in his last 3. He had those 2 losses to Cody Stamann and Damon Blackshear where he got TKO'd. But he is very, very elite. He is a very, very elite grappler. He has, I think, 11 submissions on his resume out of his 13 wins. So he always has the chance of getting a submission, but against Hector Sosa, I'm taking Hector Sosa in this fight. I think that Hector is better than Luna on the feet. I think that he's a better grappler in the sense of getting takedowns and getting dominant positions. And I could see Hector Sosa not, stuffing the takedowns, not allowing Luna to get into good positions to establish himself, long enough to maybe set up a submission. That's the only way I can see Luna winning this fight, is if he gets a submission. I don't see that happening. Hector has very, very good submission defense, very, very good grappling of his own, and he's very, very good on the feet. I see Hector going in there, landing big on the feet against Luna. Do I see him finishing him? I don't think so. I see this fight going to a decision. But yeah, a dominant one from Hector Sosa, a dominant decision. I'm taking Hector Sosa by 30-27. Yeah. Great fight, though. Next fight on the card, we got Bia Mesquita versus Montez Rendon. Now, I'm taking Bia Mesquita. Bia Mesquita is 6-0. And for women's bantamweight, she is very, very strong. Very, very strong. Very, very good grappling. Look at the legs she's got. She's got very, very strong legs. I see her going into this fight dominating with her grappling against Montez Rendon. And even if she doesn't get a submission over Montez, I still see her winning this fight by dominant decision. I see her using her grappling to control Rendon, and I see her winning this fight easily. I'm taking Bia Mesquita. Yeah, she's kind of cute too. All right, next fight on the card, we got Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. Now, you guys know Eric, your boy, he's my boy, because I interviewed him. He's on the James Keller MMA show. I interviewed him a couple months ago. I mean, maybe like a month ago. And, you know, I'm not going to let that bias my opinion, though. Not even a little bit. I know that I talked to him. I know that, you know, we're boys. We're probably going to hang out in the future. I'm not going to let that affect my prediction. I'm going to give you guys unbiased prediction. And who am I picking on this fight versus Brad Tavares and Eric Anders? I'm taking Eric Anders. Now, you guys may be saying, what? That's a little biased. No, it is not. I'm taking Eric Anders. I'm seeing him going in there being quicker, being faster on the feet, being more powerful on the feet. And Brad Tavares, later on, these last couple fights in his career, he's kind of been, you know, Brad Tavares has always been known for not being a finisher. You know, I don't think that he's going to go in there. He is very durable. He has a very, very good chin. He has a very, very good style of, you know, to win fights. But I don't see him going in there and hurting Eric Anders on the feet. And I see Eric Anders being able to hurt him with the big shots of his own. This is Eric's last fight. He's coming off of a loss. I see him going in there, looking in there to make a big statement on his final fight. So, yeah, I'm taking Eric Anders by round 2. Actually, no, I'm taking Eric Anders by decision. I don't see him being able to finish Brad Tavares. But, yeah, I hope he wins. God. Now, next fight on the card, we got Bellagio Okai versus Manuel Souza. Now, Bellagio Okai is very, very athletic. A very, very strong 155er. He hits hard. But besides that, I don't think he's that good. I don't see him beating Manuel Souza. If he's able to land big on the feet, I could see him knocking him out, but I don't see that happening. I see Manuel Souza being able to get takedowns over Bellagio Okokai. I see him being able to maybe even finish him on the ground with a submission. Manuel Souza is coming in there. This is his debut. Now, coming in there, Bellagio Okokai is 1-2 in his last 3. He got submitted by Chris Duncan. He got TKO'd by Mason Jones. And this is Manuel Souza's debut. But Manuel Souza is a very, very elite prospect. He does have a knockout win over Rufy. He knocked out Rufy on the regional scene. And this is his debut in the UFC. We haven't seen him against the UFC caliber guys. I think that he wins this fight, though. I think that this is a good debut fight for him. Bellagio Okokai has shown weaknesses in his game. And so is Souza, but I don't see the weaknesses in Souza's game being as big of a problem in this fight. Now, I see Manuel Souza winning this fight. I think that he'll win this fight via decision. I don't think that he'll be able to get a finish over Okokai. I think that it'll be a dominant decision, though. I think that he'll be able to get takedowns, and I don't think he'll look bad on the feet. Like I said, he does have that knockout over Rufy. Now, that fight was kind of weird how he got that knockout. He was shooting a bunch of takedowns and then faked a takedown and blasted Rufy, but yeah, I see Manuel Souza winning this fight via decision. Okay, guys, next fight on the night, we got Elijah Smith versus Sung Young Yu. Now, I'm a really big fan of Elijah Smith. I think that Elijah Smith is a very, very good prospect in the bantamweight division. He is kind of a grappler heavy. He does have kind of a grappler heavy style coming in there, but he is always looking to scrap. He's not looking in there to just go in there and lay on you and win a decision. He's looking in there to get finishes. He's 9-1. Now, I'm not taking Yu. I don't think that Yu's going to win this fight. Yu does have a very, very good grappling style as well compared to Elijah Smith. I don't see him winning this fight, though. I think Elijah Smith will be more athletic, better on the feet, able to land more. I think that a lot of people going in there will be taking Yu to win just because he is 16-3. He has more experience. He does have very, very good grappling of his own. But I'm taking Elijah Smith. I think Elijah Smith will go in there, land big on the feet. I think he'll be better on the feet. And ultimately win a decision over Sung Young Yu. Yeah, I'm taking Elijah Smith by 29-28 decision. Hammer. Okay, guys, coming on to our next fight. This fight I've kind of been flip-flopping back and forth with. Steven Aspun versus Vito Petrino. The reason I've been flip-flopping back and forth, at first I thought Vito Petrino was going to win. Then I thought Steven Aspinall was going to win. Then I thought I've been flipping flopping. And the reason why I thought Vitor Petrino was going to go in there and win this fight was because of the grappling. The grappling, the experience. Vitor Petrino has looked good in the UFC, and especially coming up to heavyweight from 205, he's looked good. Now, this is Vitor Petrino's third fight at heavyweight. I'm pretty sure he's coming off of that win against Austin Lane where he submitted him, and then that TKO win versus Thomas Peterson where he finished him in the third round. So he's looked good at heavyweight. Coming off of that Dustin Jacoby TKO, he came up to heavyweight, and he's been looking good, bringing that lighter man skill up to heavyweight. Do I see him beating Steven Aspinall? I don't know. The way I see Vitor Petrino winning this fight is if he does grapple. If he grapples and uses his grappling to take down Steven Aspinall, maybe submit him, maybe just hold him there and win a dominant decision. But if Vitor Petrino keeps this fight on the feet, and if Steven Aspinall is able to keep this fight on the feet, I see Steven Aspinall winning. I'm actually going to pick Steven Aspinall just because I cannot pick a dude like Vitor Petrino to go in there and win against Steven Aspinall, Steven Aspinall's a guy who throws a lot. He throws heavy. Doesn't throw heavy. He throws heavy combos. He throws a lot of combos. Steven Aspinall throws a lot. And I think that going in there, Steven Aspinall will be just in Vitor Petrino's face. If he's able to stop the takedowns and stop Vitor from getting into the ground, I see it being a long night for Vitor Petrino, and I see Steven Aspinall winning by decision. I'm taking Steven Aspinall by 30-27 decision. I hope he's able to stop the takedowns. If he's not, I think that it'll be a long night for Steven Aspinall. I think that he might end up getting finished on the ground. Steven Aspinall has kind of shown a weakness in his grappling defense in his last couple fights. Not in his last couple fights, in his fights before getting into the UFC. He has a fight against Denzel Freeman where he got controlled a lot of the time on the ground. Controlled for a lot of the fight on the ground. And that's a very, very scary sign coming in there against Vitor Petrino. Vitor Petrino is able to get a takedown. I'll be worried, but I hope Steven Aspinall will be able to stuff the takedowns, keep it on the feet, land clean combos, and win a decision. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the Steven Aspinall decision. Okay, guys, next fight on the card. This one is actually a certified banger. Chris Curtis versus Mektabek Orablai. Now, I don't know why this fight's on the prelims. It should be on the main card. Maybe even the feature fight. Chris Curtis, man. Chris Curtis is coming in there 32-12 versus Orablai's 15-2. I can't take Chris Curtis, though. I feel bad for Chris Curtis. They're kind of feeding him to a dog in Orablai. Orablai has shown, in his fight against Jack Hermansson, where he slammed him out cold, that, this guy's a monster. This guy Orablai, he's shown some weaknesses in his fight against Rebecki. That fight he did get hurt a lot. He has shown that he's able to get cracked on the feet. And if Chris Curtis is able to go in there and hurt Orablai with a big combo on the feet, maybe he could end up winning this fight. But I really don't see that happening. Like, as I'm saying that, even if he's able to hurt Orablai on the feet, Orablai has such good recovery. He doesn't really get finished when he does get cracked. I see still Orablai winning this fight dominantly. I see him finishing Chris Curtis on the feet, actually, with a big shot of his own. I'm taking Mektabek Orablai by round 2 TKO. I feel bad for our boy Chris Curtis, but we'll see how it goes. I'm taking Mektabek Orablai by TKO, round 1. Here we go. Okay, guys, coming on to the main card. First fight on the main card, we got Bruno Silva versus Charles Johnson. If you guys were giving me this fight on just a random fight night, this is just a random fight night, but if you were giving me this on a random fight night, some random day where Charles Johnson didn't get knocked out a month prior, I'd be taking Charles Johnson. Obviously, I'd be taking Charles Johnson, but Charles Johnson is a month removed from getting knocked out by Alex Perez. I don't know why he's coming back so soon. I don't know how the UFC is allowing him to come back so soon. Yeah, I'm taking Bruno Silva. Yeah, I think Bruno Silva is good. I think Bruno Silva is very, very well-rounded everywhere, has very, very elite grappling, decent striking. of his own. Charles Johnson might be able to land a big knockout on Bruno Silva, but I just think that a month removed from that knockout, I don't think he'll be looking to strike. I mean, not looking to strike. I don't think he'll be looking to bang. I don't think he'll be looking in there to crack with Bruno Silva, because if Bruno Silva lands a good, clean counter shot on Charles Johnson, I think that Charles Johnson will get knocked out. And yeah, I don't know what the UFC is doing letting this dude fight a month after getting knocked out. I thought there was like some rules and regulations behind that. Maybe at least like 3 months. But yeah, I'm taking Bruno Silva by decision, 30-27. This should be a fight that Charles Johnson wins. Charles Johnson, I think, is better than Bruno Silva, but I just don't see him winning this fight a month removed from getting knocked out, slimed out. Next fight on the card, we got Ion Cutelaba versus Omar Sy. Now, Omar Sy is 12-1. He's big. He's strong. He hits hard. He's athletic. I'm taking Cutelaba. I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking 19-11. Ion Cutelaba, the dude who faked getting knocked out that one time against Magomed Ankalaev and then actually got knocked out against him. Yeah, this dude, Ion Cutelaba, was regarded as one of the worst fighters in the UFC for a long time, and he is a big underdog coming into this fight, but I am picking him. I think that Omar Sy is not going to... he hasn't really been tested. He has fought Alonzo Menafield. Now, Omar Sy does have that loss to Alonzo Menafield on his record. Besides that, he doesn't have a single loss. He's 12-1. I think Ion Cutelaba is the next biggest test, though, in his career. And I think that he'll struggle against Ion Cutelaba. I think that Ion will go in there and be kind of awkward, be a lot for him. I think he'll be... overloading the nervous system. I feel like as I'm talking about this is a bad pick, but I'm picking him. I'm picking Ion Cutelaba, the underdog pick. If he doesn't get knocked out, I think that'll be a long night for Omar Sy, and that's why I'm taking Ion Cutelaba by decision, maybe 29-28. Maybe he loses the first, grits out a second and third round. Yeah, I'm taking Ion Cutelaba by decision. All right, next fight, we got Marwin Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. Bro, Harry Hardwick, like, the thing about Harry Hardwick is he's decent. He's a decent fighter, but he's not that good. Like, he's not that good. We all wish that the Hardwick brothers were world champion level, George and Harry, but they're not. They're not that good. They don't have that fast twitch muscle fiber that you really need to be an elite fighter in the UFC. He's scrappy, though. He's a scrappy guy. Coming off that loss where he got his legs freaking blasted out of him within like 30 seconds. I think that, I don't know how long that fight lasted, but he literally, all he got was leg kicked and then had to get stretchered out of there on a wheelchair. Couldn't walk for the next couple weeks. But yeah, I'm taking Marwin Rahiki in this fight. It's his debut, 7-0. Now, this is Rahiki's debut. He's coming in there 7-0, but he's finished all 7 of his fights before this. 6 knockouts, 1 submission. I feel bad for our boy Harry Hardwick. I think it's going to be a long night, even if Marwin isn't able to find the finish, which is very, very likely, and I see that happening. I'm taking Marwin Rahiki by finish, but even if that doesn't happen, it's still going to be a long night for Harry Hardwick. I don't see Harry Hardwick being able to hurt Marwin on the feet. I don't see him being able to land enough strikes to sway a decision. I think that Rahiki is going to go in there and style on Harry, and I feel bad. I don't know why they couldn't give our boy Harry Hardwick an easier fight, but yeah. I'm taking Marwin Rahiki by finish, first round. Sorry. Okay, guys, coming on to our next fight. My bad. I was a little confused. I was like, no way, this is the feature fight. Jose Miguel Delgado versus Andre Fili. It is. It is. We have the Amanda Lemos and Jillian Robertson main event next. I mean, co-main event that we're going to talk about next. Yeah. Okay, coming in there, Andre Fili now, we love Andre Fili. He is a very, very sweet guy, family man, has some interesting tattoos. I don't know how I rank these tattoos. He's got the Grinch on his leg that I'm looking at right now. Against Jose Delgado, Andre Fili is fucked. I think that they really are giving Jose Delgado a feeder fight after his loss. He's coming off that loss to Nathaniel Wood. But yeah, I think that Jose Delgado is a very, very elite prospect, up-and-comer in the featherweight division. Like the other dude who I was talking about, Marlon Rahiki, he's 7-0, but Jose Delgado's 10-2. All 10 of his finishes, all 10 of his fights, he's finished. So yeah, all of Jose Delgado's fights, his 10 wins, he's finished. He has 6 knockouts and 4 submissions. I think that Jose Delgado is a problem on the rise in the featherweight division, and against Andre Fili, a dude who's kind of shown that if you're able to land on him, he's gonna crumble. He has that one bad Dan Ige knockout loss. He has a couple more bad knockout losses on his record. He has 12 losses compared to Delgado's 2 losses. And Delgado's losses aren't as bad as Andre Fili's. I'm taking Jose Delgado, and I'm taking him by first round finish. That's my prediction. I think that this card, it might be the first card I go perfect. I go 100%. Okay, guys. Next fight, the co-main event. Holy smokes, we got a banger co-main event on our hands, guys. Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson. Now, I am actually a huge Jillian Robertson fan. Now, I like Jillian Robertson. I think that she's good. Amanda Lemos is also good. 15-5 Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson, 16-8. Yeah, so Amanda Lemos is 2-3 in her last 5, but those 3 losses are to Verna Jandiroba, Zhang Weili, and Tatiana Suarez. So she's fighting the elite level of the women's strawweight, and I could see her winning this fight against Jillian Robertson. She's a very, very strong women's strawweight. Yeah, she's very, very strong. She's very, very athletic for a women's strawweight. I could see her going in there and stuffing the takedowns of Jillian Robertson and landing big on the feet. I'm going to take Jillian Robertson, though, in this fight by submission. I think that Amanda Lemos is kind of over the hump in her career. She's 38. Yeah, so heading in there, Amanda Lemos is 38. Yeah, compared to Jillian Robertson, who's 30 years old, 8-year difference. I think that Jillian will just be a little bit quicker, have a little bit better cardio, a little bit better in the grappling, and I see her winning this fight by decision. I could see her winning a 29-28 decision. I don't think that she'll get hurt enough on the feet for Amanda Lemos to finish her or for Amanda Lemos to win a decision. I see Jillian Robertson being able to get takedowns and win this fight. Okay, guys, coming on to our main event. Holy smokes, the main event, Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm taking Kevin Vallejos. This is an easy fight to pick, in my opinion. I think that Josh Emmett, especially the later stages in his career, has really just become a KO merchant. He's kind of always been a KO merchant. And I would be hunting for the KO too if I had that power. But against a dude like Kevin Vallejos, who's young, 17-1, quick, good striking of his own, fast on the feet, I don't think that you're gonna land one big clean knockout shot that puts him away. I don't think that Josh Emmett will be able to find that big overhand that he usually is looking for. And yeah, I think that against a dude like Kevin Vallejos will be able to pick apart Josh Emmett on the feet. Kevin is 17-1. This is kind of like the new, they did this with Topuria where they gave him the Josh Emmett main event. They're kind of trying to build this guy as the new featherweight star. He's 17-1. Yeah, so he's 17-1, coming off of that TKO win over Giga Chikadze where he's spinning back elbowed him. That was an amazing win. I think that this is really kind of like the new featherweight star they're trying to push. He's young, good record, and against Josh Emmett, I think this is a kind of a feeder fight for him. Josh Emmett is a punching bag, not that good of a striking defense, gets hit a lot, and only throws one shot. He only throws one big shot. He doesn't throw many combos, doesn't do takedowns, doesn't have the best game plan. Doesn't have the best game plan for a featherweight. He did have that run there for a little bit where he met Yair Rodriguez for the interim title where he got submitted. But yeah, I just think that Josh Emmett's going to lose this fight by decision, maybe even get finished by Kevin VALLEJOS. I mean, Josh Emmett does have a very, very good chin. You know, he didn't get knocked out by Ilia Topuria. He was able to survive 5 rounds with him. So I think that this might be a 5-round decision for Kevin VALLEJOS. Yeah, I'm taking Kevin VALLEJOS by decision. Either way, though, kind of a stinker of a fight night. Like, I don't know. Am I hyped for the Josh Emmett versus Kevin VALLEJOS main event? I'm not. I mean, I am hyped to watch my boy Eric Anders fight. I'm hyped for the new episodes of The Prospect Watch that are coming out, guys. Stay tuned for those. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This video is coming out late. I'll be making sure to post a recap video of every single fight after it happens. I'm sorry I didn't do that for the other previous events. I'm a bum, guys. I know. I'm sorry. But I do love you guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. And once again, if you guys do win some money, send it my way. Send it to my Venmo. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll all be enjoying the card. I'll see ya. Peace!